to The Gathering Greenhouse, a podcast that help us grow together. And today, our episode is sponsored by Pour Light Show.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, everybody. And if you want to have a joyful, jolly holiday, you should stop by Pour Lights in Bellbrook, Ohio, 101 Upper Hillside Drive. Now everybody knows where I live. Don't be creepy about it. So stop
Too
by.
late.
Stop by. We have over 10,000 pixels and a walkthrough and tuned to 98.1 and enjoy just some time getting to watch Christmas lights and celebrate the season. And there's fun songs and there's songs about our Savior. So stop by, enjoy the holiday season.
You're not going to regret it.
No.
Unless you don't like lights.
And when you're sitting there and you're like, this looks amazing, just know Steve helped me out a bunch. So
it's very true.
Right.
Very true.
Good job.
Very true.
Good job, Jeremy Poor.
Do not leave because we have goodies. Today is my birthday.
It is.
So
Is it your birthday?
Is it really your birthday?
Is it really your
What?
birthday?
Happy birthday.
December 19th.
Are you going to tell how old you
You
are?
brought your own cake.
No, I'm not going to
come
sell that
on.
for everyone. But you can all guess.
Happy birthday to you.
Let's do it. Wait, hold up.
Happy birthday.
Can I?
What?
wait,
Why are you interrupting your
this,
song,
Because
Steve?
this is what I want. This is how I'd
It's
like
his
you.
birthday.
This
He
is
wants
how
his
I'd like
birthday.
you to sing the birthday song because John has the buttery voice. Here,
He's been
so-
thinking about this.
But
Was that the term that was used? Buttery?
Yeah,
I thought,
something
you looked at me so
buttery.
weird when I said that, but I've heard that comment before.
I think it's weird. when
Okay, it
people
is
say
weird.
Stuff like that.
But who doesn't love butter? First off, it makes everything better. But
I love butter.
here's the thing. Birthday songs are always so down because they're at like a slow beat. So let's sing
want me to do it fast?
faster, a little bit more happy.
He's
Can you
picky
do that?
about his birthday song.
We got it.
Ready? Let's do it.
Ready? Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Steve. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, was
There we
that
go.
a little bit
That's
more
better.
cheery? The
He
other
has a
one is
point.
like, are we at a funeral or it's always like happy birthday? You know what I mean?
You're just looking
Yeah,
at
but
it like the Marilyn Monroe version.
John did it, and I couldn't have done it as well. What? Oh no, yeah.
Please don't do that.
That one's way too slow.
This is a family pot.
Okay,
No.
so I thought it was also because last week. Was it last week?
Yeah, we had
we
Christmas
had the
cakes.
Christmas cake ones.
Yeah, we did.
These are very, very similar looking, are they not?
Those are. Although they're not
sprinkles, though?
sprinkles. Those are like the.
Cool
Those
thing
are
about these
inferior.
ones,
Ooh,
you get a
sticks.
lot. You get 8. So we have plenty to go around. I'm throwing them at everyone.
Birthday
We
money,
even
though.
have 2 left over.
What's really funny is
We'll give another one to Matt because we had 2 Christmas.
how many times do
ones.
we need to do Little Debbie's before Little Debbie becomes a sponsor?
For real.
And
That's true.
What do we have to do to meet Little Debbie?
I like it.
Do you really
And
want to
also-
meet little Debbie, though?
Well, if she's
What if she's not
I
little,
am not.
though?
I'm just
Yeah,
going
she's
to be
probably Big
honest.
Debbie now.
I'm not
Big Deborah.
excited about
Big
this.
Debbie.
But how audacious is Little Debbie to put on here? Make every birthday special with a box of Little Debbie's. Like, who's going to do that?
Honestly,
They're really
depending on how these go,
Let's see how
I might
these
be
are.
down for this.
well. And last week,
smell great.
Santa on the box had a whole bag of Little Debbie's that he's delivering. To
I don't like
kids.
this kind
All
of
right,
sprinkles.
and we're gonna
though.
do the 1 bite challenge.
They're shameless.
What's the 1 bite challenge?
You got-
No, I'm
I don't
not
have
doing
any
the 1
sprinkles.
bite challenge.
I got
You
a
gotta
lot.
toast
I got
somebody.
ripped off on the sprinkle
That
department.
works.
Yeah, you
Toast.
did. Look at mine. I got all your sprinkles because mine has a ton.
I said mine's got a bunch.
I don't
I
like
opened
this
it up
kind
and
of
one
sprinkle.
fell out.
All right,
There you go.
we doing this?
Yep.
We
Yeah.
doing this?
Not in 1 bite.
It's good.
It is
I'll take the Christmas tree over this.
for sure.
How is it that like the Christmas tree is so different when like this looks basically the same?
I think they put something magical in those
Elves make
in
them.
those little crystals.
That's it, Andrew.
There are little
There's something
sugar.
about the crystals that just.
I feel like
changes
there's.
Like the
I'm
crunch.
still gonna go back to what I said last time. I feel like there's something in the shape of the Christmas tree that feels good in your mouth. I don't know. I mean, it could. I could be totally wrong on that, but the like
like the
triangular, the triangular shape is better.
It's got more edges.
Yeah, I think so. I was thinking that
Yeah,
know
there's
we were
more
talking.
icing.
We dissed on the zebra cake last week because it's too roundish.
it. I still love my zebra cakes. They're the best.
Better than Christmas tree cakes?
No, they're the best, like non-special
Oh,
ones.
gotcha.
Although
All right, we're gonna say
Pretty
bye
good.
to Santa.
I do love,
He's got work to do.
Bye, Santa.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Someone just rang the doorbell out there, Santa.
Give them a present.
They could be dropping
probably
off
Amazon.
presents. I mean, we did collect extra presents
That's
for,
true, which
for
is
kids
awesome.
in Miamisburg. Or,
Was it my
West Carrollton.
West Carrollton.
West
yeah.
Carrollton.
Which
I'm
is
not going to say
amazing.
close enough because that may offend people.
Oh no, I did that. I may accidentally wrote that on the email
For
once.
the people who aren't from here, it's close enough.
Close enough.
You know.
That general direction. All right, so we got some fun today, kind of unscripted. This is our end of year because we
Last
kind of already.
podcast.
I feel like last week we did the Christmassy one, even
Yeah.
though maybe we should have done it this one. I don't know.
This
I don't know.
And this is
the
also
last
your
one of the
birthday
year, though.
podcast too.
Birthday podcast.
So, Steve, what do you want for your birthday?
Really nothing, but so
Good, because that's what I got you.
Jeremy and I are into like the craft beer stuff. You guys know that.
Yeah.
So I did ask for. He's doing some big like share thing. So I asked to like, hey, could I get something to like be a part of this
For my birthday, can I be in the
Yeah.
beer? Yeah, that's fun.
The beer club,
beer
beer of the
club.
month club.
It's kind of like that.
It's like the Jelly
very
of the Month club
Elevated.
from-
I'm not going to tell you how much the bottles
National.
are that they're
With,
opening.
with your
'cause
birthday
it's
being
very
so close
expensive.
to Christmas, as a kid, did you feel like you got gypped? Either front?
Obviously.
I'm
Still
January-
happens. It still happens. Even my daughter was like, I got you something for your birthday, but I'm not going to give it to you for Christmas. And I'm like, is it two things? Then why don't you just give it to me on my birthday? She's like, no, it's one thing. And I'm like, then that's not a birthday present. That's
Poor Steve.
That is, I'm like, it just happens. It's better to have your, if you're going to be close to Christmas, it's better to be after.
I don't know. Mine's January 7th. And there's been a lot of, this is for your birthday and
Oh, yeah.
Christmas. So you get nothing, you don't get on your birthday too.
Yeah, but people at least are done with Christmas holiday, and I feel like Christmas, most people are really done with it because it lasts so long. Either you love Christmas or you're ready for it to be over with.
I think if you put your
At least
tree
the
up too early, you
decorations
mess
are down.
yourself up. Yeah.
Like after Christmas, like your birthday, there's no Christmas decorations.
I have like a different problem, which is that all my siblings, everyone in my family, their birthdays are within a 6-week period,
Oh boy.
except for mine, which is like several months before that period. And so I always get often my birthday present, like when my siblings got theirs. It's like, oh, we forgot about John's birthday.
Poor baby.
We'll just get him stuff
So
with everyone
sad.
else.
So since we have our family ministry crew in today,
Student Men Squad.
student men and kids men,
yeah.
I thought it would be fun. I've been waiting on this article to share. Thought I'd talk about it with David because I think it's really interesting, and I wanted to get your guys' take on it. And this story is from Georgia,
Okay.
the state of Georgia. So in Georgia, this restaurant called, I'm going to not pronounce this correctly,
Try.
Toccoa Riverside Restaurant in Georgia. It sparked a lot of backlash online, and I heard about this on a food podcast that I listened to. I thought it was a really interesting story. So they have a rule on the books where there's a fee they charge for poor parenting, a poor parenting fee, a $50 charge. And they actually, it became popular. Like the story started trending because a customer went on Reddit and shared their experience of how they got charged $50 for it. So what are your thoughts on this?
If your kids act bad in the restaurant,
This is a poor parenting fee.
Oh.
Will
Wait,
be
it's-
assessed to
no.
your bill.
It
That's
sounds
so
like a really
subjective.
fast way to not like to go out of business.
Yeah.
Or to or maybe they're going to find a level of exclusivity.
That's what I was
I
wondering.
wouldn't take that chance.
What about there's also this idea of like cruises that are no kids only, resorts that are no kids.
But they're upfront with that.
Yeah.
Right.
I think there's a place for
that's
it.
the thing. Like, if you put something on somebody's bill that they didn't know was a thing.
Yeah.
Like that's not okay.
That's not even legal,
Like,
probably.
that's not legal. Yeah.
That's not. There's no way. I'd do
Georgia,
that.
They didn't
anything
order it.
goes.
But if the restaurant's
don't
up front
pay.
saying, "Hey, we have this thing and it's at our discretion. We're going to charge you $50 if we think your kids aren't behaving."
Yeah.
Like,
How arrogant.
good for me to know because I won't go there. Because even the best parents, their kids still will have moments.
A kid's a kid.
A kid's a kid.
A kid
And,
acts
yeah.
like a kid, and everybody just get over it. Is what I say.
As you were reading that, all I was thinking was, how many $50 charges am I going to get with the twins being at this
Yeah,
It
restaurant?
doesn't
Seriously.
count. Can you only get charged once?
Yeah,
And
because you're only in so much control of your kid's attitude that particular day.
They're kids. Yeah,
They're kids.
They
My
might
mom
not
would
have
go
had a
the
nap that
opposite
day.
way. I'd be like, hey guys, we already know we're going to pay this $50 fine. So
Yeah.
be awful.
Right. So do you think is
Go
50
for it.
but here's a question. Is that enough to charge
Ruin
to
everybody's meal.
deter I mean, I would imagine for all of us it'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
enough.
I wouldn't
but
go.
For you
I don't
think
wanna
for the
spend 50
average
bucks on a
person
meal, so-
yeah, if you think for the average person that's enough to deter them from either going or to really keep
I think it
watching their
depends on
kids.
What is this restaurant like? You know, like, is it a restaurant I even want to take my kids to? You know, I don't want to take my kids to a nice restaurant. That's a waste. I want to go to this nice sit down restaurant and still order mac and cheese. Like, I'm not going to.
I think at that point, I mean, why wouldn't you just say, like, at a certain time, it's just going to be
Adults only.
Adults only.
Yeah.
At that point, you know,
Or
rather
just say no kids if you're
Or
if
be
kids are so
exclusive, no
abhorrent
kids.
to you.
Yeah.
Don't have kids in there. And also, who makes you the arbiter of what is good behavior and what is not, and what is bad?
and
Like, get your
interesting-
kids in here.
it's
Let's see how they
interesting.
behave.
It's the poor parenting. So they're actually judging your parenting. So, like, what if the kid acted up and you disciplined them right then and there? That's actually good parenting.
Yeah.
Even though you caused the scene. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
not.
So in the podcast I listened to, he called to the place and like made like was like calling about making a reservation and said, I have this many kids that I'm bringing, just to see how they would react. And like the guy, I guess, was like a big jerk on the phone. You know, like he
shocker,
said,
this guy's a big jerk.
I know. So he said to him, okay, I could be saying this a little bit wrong, but essentially what he said when he said, hey, I'm bringing, you know, my family, I'm bringing kids, like, you know, asking about the reservation, he said when he heard that he's having kids, he's like, if you don't control your kids, we're gonna you're gonna crap on you, you know, like, but they used a bad word in it.
Wow.
Like,
They said crap.
yeah, the bad version of that, you know.
Potty mouth.
my
like-
mom watches this sometimes, so I can't use words like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So they, you know, said something really just like, I don't even know how you respond to that. If someone says something to you like
No.
that from a restaurant.
You say, great, I hope your business survives without my money. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
I
that's all
feel
you
like it
can
might
do.
be a wash though, because you're going to have some people who are like, you know, no kids and have good income, and they're probably going to like
Have
that
you
rule.
seen all those the Dink videos? Dual income, no kids.
I've heard,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
no, I've
and
heard
it's like
it, but
it's
no.
like the weirdest flex ever. We're Dink. We have no kids, so we can do whatever we want. And
Yes.
it's like young 20-something people. And I'm also like, you know, because I have a kid, I got one on the way, and I'm like, I kind of feel sad when I see that because I love my life.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's so.
I
hard
don't
to watch
appreciate
those.
this whole anti like kid culture that's sort of
See,
kind
it
of
doesn't
peeking
bother
around.
me at all.
Oh, I hate it.
Doesn't bother me at
So
all.
I'm
I
like,
love
you
my
guys-
kids too, but I would have been totally fine without kids.
Really?
Yeah, totally fine.
Well, you're
I
not
could've
old
did.
yet, though. When you start,
Now, I think when I was like really young,
Yeah.
I would have been like, yeah, because you don't know what you're missing out on until you have that thing, you know.
Yeah.
But now that I mean, I couldn't imagine my life without my kids,
Yeah.
you know. But you know, I think it's not like I am offended by those videos or anything. I'm like, man, like you're gonna miss out on
A lot of
lot.
fun stuff.
this
Like,
awesome
Yeah.
thing, you know.
the agony and the ecstasy.
But
part.
I also,
I think
it's your
that is
choice.
a,
Like, it's
I think
your
it's
life.
a fair point that Rebecca made though about till you get older. I feel like that might be the like you need someone who's gonna like take care of you a little bit, and you're hoping that your kids are gonna be like, you know, if you end up in the nursing home or
I mean, you think about
do they
Christmas.
call it nursing home still?
Yeah, right.
That's a
We
thing.
just say-
Right?
I'm just
The
hoping
home.
one of them
Assisted
like.
living.
Living
Yeah.
is that the like politically correct
I'm just hoping
No,
one of
Johnson,
mine
no.
become
We
famous
always-
or
We
something.
grew up calling it the old folks home.
old folks home?
Yep,
Old
the old
folks
folks home.
The old folk.
Are older people less offended by that stuff, or they just don't have their hearing
I don't
aids
know.
turned up?
Why are you asking me?
I say one.
You made
one,
the comment. That's
your
why I'm
You're
asking you.
assuming, you're assuming they
said
can hear
that.
you.
Should I not?
birthday.
Should I not?
You're assuming they
Ask
can
the
hear
person
you.
who said it.
And then you're also assuming that they're going to remember what you said the next day. So I think
Oh
you're good.
wow,
Ouch.
man!
What do you think about that, Rebecca?
I'm just gonna.
Why are you asking Rebecca?
Because I'm the oldest. Yeah.
Okay, so moving on.
Movie on. So we had a great post yesterday. Well, you're watching this on Wednesday, but we're filming it on Tuesday. So on Monday, we posted in the Gathering community group, what is the best Christmas movie? And we had a lot of...
But there was more on that.
The other piece of that
Yeah.
was we said that for this discussion, Die Hard
Why?
did not count.
But why?
So because, and here's what I'll say.
Here it comes.
Here's what I'll say. It's a hotly debated issue. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Okay, it's just as much of a Christmas movie as It's a Wonderful Life.
Wow.
Which is more sad.
Maybe. So
There's very little to do with the very final scene is Christmas and It's a Wonderful. The rest of it is super depressing and it's about like
yes, which is
the
what
Great
Christmas
Depression
is like for most
essentially.
people.
It's not my favorite movie.
It was one of mine until I realized how depressing it was.
Very sad.
My argument for that it is a Christmas movie is take that and put it somewhere else. It's not the same because it's these people having a Christmas staff party,
Yeah.
and that changes everything because their
Family dynamics.
their family dynamics, that
Yeah.
they're just having a good time, and they're 'Cause I'm like,
See,
without
I
the
think
Christmas party,
you could move that and make it a birthday party or any staff get together, and you're in the same.
but they're all celebrating. They're all excited that it's the end of the year. They're about to have Christmas. It's a different dynamic, I think.
So I am open to the
Is
argument
Santa involved in
that
the movie?
So here's the question.
Did he make any type of appearance?
And Die Hard?
Yeah.
Doesn't Bruce Willis wear a Santa hat at some point?
He's
Here-
wearing a Santa hat.
I don't know.
Here's the thing.
I haven't seen it forever.
Yeah,
you
me
can
too.
have a movie set at Christmas and have Christmas be a central part of the theme, or not the theme, central part of the context that it's happening in. You can have you can have Christmas be an element of a movie and still not have it be a Christmas movie.
Yep.
So to me, a Christmas movie is that Christmas is a central piece of the actual theme, the story, or the point of the movie. It has to do with Christmas. So there's like obvious ones.
Okay, what about What's a Wonderful Life though?
So
Let's use that example because that's
I would
one of
be-
like the classic.
I would be more inclined to say "It's a Wonderful Life" is not a Christmas movie than I am to concede that Die Hard is a.
What
an actual
about
Christmas
what
movie.
about Home Alone though? Because Home
I'm
Alone,
the same way. I am more likely to say it is not actually because I know people who watch it year round.
Okay, now you're starting to get into the like people are going to get angry.
Well, I know.
like
I'm okay with
I
you
don't
saying
know
what's
how
your
I
favorite
get you.
Christmas movie. I don't have to watch it if you want to watch it. That's fine.
how is
right?
Christmas not the central theme of Home Alone though? They're leaving for Christmas time. And there's so much
they're, like, going
Christmas
to
there's
stuff.
nothing there's Christmas things that happen.
saying
in it.
Family.
Well, that's why the
It's a
family's
family
there.
story.
Because
Yeah.
it's Christmas.
Christmas
Just
time.
like Die Hard. That's why he's there. It's Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christmas brought them there.
It's a piece of the context, but it's not. I don't think it's a central part of the theme. Nothing about him killing all the terrorists has anything to do with
He's
the
saving
spirit.
Christmas, John.
Okay, unless it's about saving. You got to have some Christmas magic. That's another piece of it. I think you have to have a little bit of Christmas magic. For it
there needs to be a
really
Christmas miracle, like saving
good. Yeah.
the whole people in a skyrise.
Yeah.
After you get stuck in the foot with a piece of glass.
So I think a
whatever it
better thing
was.
is just if you think Die Hard is the best Christmas movie, more power to you. Watch it. It's one of my favorites to watch around Christmas because it plays like 24/7 on some channels. But like.
What channels?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't have cable.
Me either.
I was always when I'm at like grandparents' house and stuff, and
Does anybody own it, Matt?
I own
You
it
know,
on
Die Hard?
DVD.
I'm sure we
yes.
do.
I have a huge DVD collection, and Die Hard's in there. So yeah.
we have this
I mean,
debate
you
every
borrow
year
it.
at my
Yeah.
house. Is Die Hard, and the men are like, yeah, it's a Christmas movie.
I want it to fully be a Christmas movie so I can justify like mandating that we watch it every year, but that's not going to go over. at
Okay,
my
so
house.
what is the best Christmas
So what
movie
is
then?
the best Christmas movie? So I think there's not a best. What is your favorite? Because everybody is going to be drawn to something different. So let's do two categories. What's your like just in general most feel good, heartwarming Christmas movie, and what's your favorite Christmas comedy?
Yeah. Oh, so the I might say this wrong. The one I think it's like the Arnold Schwarzenegger one.
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle
That's
All the
what I
Way.
was gonna say. The name,
never
but
seen
I
it.
wasn't
I
confident.
got
in
that
it.
on DVD too.
I
If
was
you want to
surprised
borrow
that-
I
it.
hadn't watched it till a few years ago.
What?
I had never seen it.
Turbo Man action.
Yes,
That's such
and
a great
I watched
movie.
it, and I will like try like watched it with my family, and I'm like, let's watch that again. And like, no one was on board for it, but it is great.
It's a good
I was
movie.
It's got a
surprised
lot
that
of
didn't
like
come up on the
twists and
list
turns in it. That's what I liked.
Yeah.
Is it like it wasn't the same movie across? There was a lot of things that took place and happened in it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of tension. Like he's kind of racing against someone, and he has to get involved in all these things
to find
to
this.
find it. And I guess
Yeah, don't ruin
we can't
it.
give a spoiler. It came out like 30 years ago.
only
I
30
remember
years
as a
old.
kid watching it and be like, "This is one of the greatest movies ever."
It is one of the greatest.
I've
Christmas
never
movies
even
ever.
seen it. It's
Oh
called,
my
I'm gonna write
goodness!
down.
Jingle all the way. Isn't Sinbad in it?
Sinbad's in it as
Oh,
well.
man.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Classic 90s.
Yeah,
All
it's
the way
great.
around.
It feels. It's a feel good. It's a good feel.
Back when malls were cool and people went there like for shopping. For like the height of the
man.
malls.
Not just a power walk.
The good
to the
days
shop.
The good old days.
where we get dropped off at the mall.
I have the same answer for both.
Oh, okay.
I have
wait,
to. I
wait.
have to answer this because my family will say, that's not your favorite movie at all," because they know I love A Christmas Story, and I don't know why I love A Christmas Story, but
it's
I've
the
like
best
been
movie ever.
From
to
Cleveland.
Yeah,
From Cleveland, Matt.
You gotta go
got
to Cleveland
He's
and
not
see the
Cleveland
house.
either, but
Wait,
you know.
it's
Have
based
you
in
seen
Indiana.
the house? It's great.
Yeah, it's in Indiana.
No,
but it's
think-
actually
the house is in Cleveland, but the movie's based in Indiana.
Well, so they also go to Tower City, which is in Cleveland. That's where they kick them down the.
Right. So the
Down
movie
the
is actually filmed in
slide.
Cleveland, but
Yeah.
they like if
Based
you
it
watch.
out
I watched
somewhere
it last night actually,
Yeah.
and it's based in Indiana.
Yeah.
We watch it on Christmas Eve. It's like our movie. We get Chinese food because of the Farara, and then we watch.
Do you get a duck?
Christmas Story, huh?
Do you get like a whole duck?
No, because my husband would be there. Can we get one with the neck so I can chop it? Chop it off. But yeah, I love that movie. I think it's funny. It's just something very sweet about it. You know, we got the ornaments and the coffee cups and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
we were
into
talking
it.
about. It has yesterday. We were talking about this. It has the best, like the most, like individual standalone, just classic scenes that you can just take out. You don't even need
And
the
one-liners too, like the one-liners. I was
Yeah.
watching it last night, and it's funny because it's also my favorite Christmas movie. And I wonder if just because it takes me back to that feeling as a kid, wanting that one thing and being in a family. But like, it was funny because I'm sitting there watching it, and Sam's like, "This movie's kind of annoying." And I like looked at her. I'm like, "What?"
That's my comment too. Is that I want to love that movie, but I find it a little annoying.
Like,
and I'll
why?
tell you why.
All the kids and
I think some of the characters are very annoying in it. The even the main character's a little whiny,
I
and
can't believe he's talking about Ralphie like
and he's a little bit whiny.
Every kid's whiny.
Yeah, and then
That's part of the movie.
and then I think like as much as the narrator's voice is awesome, I don't really like the narration in it. I kind of wish they just didn't do the narration. You all can disagree with me on this, but that's just a couple things. I just have this feeling when I watch it that I don't.
so what do you
enjoy
think
it. I
is-
want to love it, but
But you
I
just don't.
I don't.
I like it because he calls him the old man, so you're getting like the
Yeah.
perspective of like the
Yeah.
And, he doesn't have a name. His name is the old man, and that's it. Fragile.
Must be
I'm
Italian.
telling you, I love Fragile. And then
we
the
use
part
that
where-
every time as kids. Like whenever we got a box, it's the dad joke. My dad would be like, "Fragile, must be Italian." Every
we do that
time.
too. It's like in the culture of our family, that movie.
So since you guys and you agree that your favorite is A Christmas Story, I'm gonna go probably the one that like fights the most with me for it's a Christmas Vacation.
Oh,
I, like,
you're going to admit to watching such a morally
I've never
inept
seen it.
movie.
The TV version, all right?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
edited TV version is what he
The
watches.
non-edited version
the
bad.
Griswold. There's like
it's pretty.
Like language or other
There's
things?
some.
Yeah.
There's just things in there that you don't want to show your,
Yeah.
know.
I wouldn't watch it with my kid.
No,
I
I
definitely-
saw
no,
it for the
no.
first time in my 6th grade science class.
Wow.
What they showed
Science
it?
was.
Not kidding. And
The
she got
TV
up and just fast forward through the one
That
scene.
part,
Yeah.
This is what happens when
I
you
love
string
that.
100,000 lights together.
Yeah.
That's one of the best things ever. With the neighbors just like the lights blowing through the window and
When he does that epic, slow mo, like I die every time when he does that.
So my favorite, all like you said, comedy. That was
Yeah.
Jingle All the Way. My favorite, Home Alone. I know no one said Home
So
Alone.
is
around
Home
here.
Alone's your like favorite feel good and Jingle All the Way?
Yep,
is your
I will
favorite?
watch that every year.
Really?
Yep.
I would say the end scene of Home Alone where they're like breaking into the house and it starts like with the BB gun.
Yep.
I think I laughed more in that 10 or 15 minutes than any other movie, honestly. Like that is like the best 10 or 15 minutes of like any film. Like I'd put it up there because it's just hilarious.
Right.
All those pranks
But-
and
yes.
like booby traps.
And the crazy thing is, Home Alone 2 is also really good. And you think, how could you replay this concept and actually make it good? It doesn't seem like it should be possible, but it is.
What about Home Alone 3?
Home Alone
Alone
3.
I refuse to watch it.
I can't remember.
can't even
There's like
remember.
5 or 6
What's
of
the
them because
one that
there's
they're in
This
a
one's
smart
got the
house?
other kid.
We keep forgetting him at home.
yeah. There's a newer one with the guy from The Office. It's not. I would not call it Home Alone, but it's like it's in the same like.
Well, like Andy from The Office.
Yes.
I'm gonna look at this.
Yeah. It's
Hangover? I'm just kidding.
and yeah, he's in The Hangover too. He's
Can't
in it.
believe you guys know about those movies.
And
for shame.
and it's pretty good. I wouldn't call it in like the same genre of but it got. I think it's not titled Home Alone. It's called something
Why am I
else.
doing this?
Something
This is-
very similar.
So-
This is Matt's job.
I'm gonna go with the most obscure one. My favorite feel good Christmas movie is Annabelle's Wish.
I've never
And
seen
you've
it.
probably never seen it. It was
I
like
think I've seen
It's like
that.
a made for TV movie. Like it's I found it on Amazon for $4 a few years ago. So that's like our tradition now. But it's the you guys will get why I like it. The premise of the movie is there's a cow who whose dream is to become one of Santa's reindeer.
Aw.
But then there's a boy who takes care of the cow who's deaf or can't speak, and so the cow just like they have this crazy relationship, and then the boy grows up. It's just
Your favorite animal is a cow, too, by the way. Could this play into the
that's
factor
probably a huge factor.
of why Annabelle's Wish?
But it
You're
is,
not selling me this movie right now.
it's a great feel good movie, and it's only like 50
Yeah.
minutes, so it's
Oh, that's perfect.
What about the
for kids.
Tim Allen, the Santa Claus?
Oh,
Those
so
ones
You
are
like
good.
those?
Yes, I
No,
love
I
it.
can't figure out if I like them or if they're just terrible movies.
I've never been a fan.
They're not great, but I think
They're not even Tim
I
Allen's
know
best
Tim Allen.
Christmas
Tim
movie.
Allen's
No, Tim
funny.
Allen. Tim Allen's a funny guy, but I don't think he's that great in that movie.
It's not Tim Allen's best Christmas movie. So
Yeah.
like I can't even say that it's
one of my feel-good movies every year is Polar Express.
yeah.
Yes.
I mean that's a
That's my
classic.
number 2, I think.
Except
It
That's
might
a
be number
Halloween
1.
movie.
I don't know.
It is
did
freaky.
they make so the
No, it's the best.
No,
the-
the people look.
They look
wild.
weird. So
It's
here's the
weird and
thing that they
uncomfortable.
learned about
It's called
animation in that
Uncanny
movie.
Valley. It's a
is that
horrible thing.
You either have to go extremely realistic or not realistic at all. If you're somewhere in between, it's freaky.
No, it's like
Well, the elves
phenomenal.
are freaky in there.
They've never
Elves are
done
weird.
that since then. They
wanna s-
learned from that movie.
I want to see that movie in like live action, like use real people.
Yeah, if
at
they
some
did
point.
that, I
If
would
they
be
did
down.
that,
Like,
that
I
would be
love
great.
that
They
I like
went
the
too
story.
close.
I like the story.
They went too close, but not close
It's so
enough to
sweet.
looking like real people.
But whenever I watch
and
it,
the
I'm
hobo
uncomfortable the whole time.
on top of
Is
the
it
train.
just the animation?
Nightmares about that guy.
The what? Oh,
There's
the
like
ghost?
a hobo. The
Yeah.
hobo on top. Was he
You can't say hobo anymore, Steve. I don't know. What's the?
But I
What's
literally
the?
think his
Can't say
name-
that?
Is that
I
not
What do you
politically
say?
correct?
Huh?
I
No, he's the
Loves
ghost.
him.
I thought he was the ghost of Christmas spirit. I thought that
I don't know.
was
Hobos
He
lives
appeared,
sound
but
pretty good
he was
to
a
me.
ghost.
You get to eat meals over a campfire all the time and travel from city to city.
for free.
Sounds
when he
pretty
rings
awesome
that
as a
sock
kid.
out. Oh man, you know what I'm talking about when he rings that sock out.
Oh, he
and
pulls it out of that
the
coffee
kid's
pot.
drinking the coffee.
Yeah.
It's so gross. I love that movie.
Oh my god!
Was that real? Was the guy on the was that all part of his imagination? Because isn't it the same?
I don't
person?
know.
It
Right.
is. Because he
You have
shows
to
up
believe,
like in
Steve.
different places and like disappears too.
I don't get the point of that guy though. I don't get the point
I
of that
think-
character because he didn't really move the plot along at all. It's like some type of distraction, and you're like, why did he have this scene with this?
Well, he's
he shows
pokey.
up more.
Like,
Because the
he's
whole thing's
challenging
magical,
him.
Steve. It's
but he
Christmas
shows up
magic.
more than that because it's the same voice as Tom Hanks, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it? And there's more
wait,
people.
It's the same voice as Tom Hanks.
It's Tom Hanks'
Tom Hanks
voice.
plays many characters in that movie.
Oh, that's what you're saying. I was like, of course, Tom Hanks has Tom Hanks' voice.
Yeah, because he's the conductor.
The conductor.
Or
It's the
something.
same as the conductor
Same as the
and-
conductor.
He's
like
Santa
all
Claus
the-
too.
He's Santa. Yeah. So that's why I was wondering if there's more reason why,
Polar Express.
or they just were like, we paid
Very
Tom
catchy.
Hanks like 10 times more than anybody else, so let's use his voice a bunch of times.
You're gonna play everything because you make.
I'm gonna
the
go have to watch
most.
Polar Express again, give it another try. But
So
I probably watch it probably 10
Which-
times a year. I love that movie.
The voice of the conductor is the best one because the homeless guy. What do we call it? I can't.
I
call
don't
him a
know.
hobo.
I don't know.
The guy on top of the train that was homeless, creepy. The Santa voice, creepy.
It's like a
doesn't
really
that
deep
sound
Tom
like
Hanks
Santa would
voice.
talk? Like how
But
does
it's
Santa
weird.
talk?
It
He talks
sounds
like that.
distorted. It doesn't sound like someone's real voice. Matt's about to chime in here.
Because I want to say they
wait, Santa's voice doesn't sound like a real voice.
Sounds creepy.
I want to say they auto pitch.
Are you saying-
Why?
Voice.
Sorry, John. I just have a better
they-
ear
they
for
did a thing.
sound.
No. Wait, that's not what, you're saying Santa Claus's voice doesn't sound real.
And Santa.
Are you
isn't real.
saying that Santa isn't real?
I don't know. What do you think, Rebecca?
I'm sorry. I got the phone's ringing.
We're a little divided in this room
I'm
on
outta
that
here.
topic.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think we are. We all know. We're grown ups.
Do you believe, John?
Don't stop.
I do.
Go ahead, Andrew. Sing it.
I have a question.
Okay.
About
Changing
Santa?
subject.
About
No, I'm
Santa?
changing subjects. Home Alone today. Can you imagine I just all of a sudden I was there thinking like, what if you tried to film that like movie Today's World? Like, oh, we forgot him. Let's pull up the Ring device or text him or FaceTime
Tell him where the
It'd
ramen
be
noodles
just-
are.
It'd be just as ridiculous today as it was back then. You have to really suspend your
They
disbelief
get home
to
and the
be
kid's
able.
been on his iPad the whole time.
Just like
You
what?
guys are gone.
There's a lot of similarities to the end of Home Alone where like everything had to go absolutely right. And you have to like believe that these people would be that dumb. So that compared to a lot of the action scenes in Die Hard where, like he's walking through glass,
They should.
and all the other crazy things that had to go absolutely right for him to not die multiple times.
They should combine the concept of Home Alone and Left Behind, and like basically, the kid thinks the rapture happened.
Something's wrong
Can we
with
get
your
Kirk
brain.
Cameron to start writing that one? That would be awesome.
There's money to be made
Home
here. folks.
behind, left alone.
Left alone.
Left
That sounds
alone.
great.
This is why probably mothers don't appreciate Home Alone as much because we're like, I could feel like the anxiety of that. Like, what
Did
if
you
you
ever-
really did that?
Did you ever get left behind like at an event or something, like your parents forgot you somewhere when you were a kid?
I don't think so.
Mine did.
They left you behind. They leave you at church.
Yeah.
Yeah, I left my kid at church once
Yeah.
because when you got two
No,
people there, two
but
cars.
I definitely did the thing where I've like thought I like lost my mom or something in like a crowded area, and I went up and grabbed someone's hand, and it wasn't my mom, and there's like that like moment of terror. You look at the person.
I think
you're
that's
like,
one of the funniest
"What'd I
things
just
when
do?"
like a kid will do
It's
that.
so
to you.
embarrassing,
Like,
right?
why is this
And
kid grabbing my
terrifying.
leg? And then they look up at you, and then they realize that you're not their dad, and their face just is like,
Yeah.
Poor
just
baby. Oh man, I have kids all the time that do that to me. I don't know why. I must have a vibe or something, but
You
kids all
got
the time.
mom vibes.
Yeah.
mom energy. Like they
I
just pick
guess.
up on that.
Mom energy.
I guess, and I always want to pick them up, and I'm like, "Well, where's your mom?"
kids
Because
are
if she turns around, I'm holding her kid. She's
Kids are
like,
like-
"What are you doing?"
Like dogs. Like you know how dogs just get.
Wait,
No,
what?
you gotta let me finish what I was saying.
Speaking of anti-kid culture,
do you know how-
kids are like, "Dog."
Do you know how dogs can just sense when someone's a dog person, and like they're like, oh, we like this person immediately.
Yeah.
Kids are like that too. They like, I can tell that this person likes kids, and they like will just gravitate towards those personalities, or they'll pick the person that they can't win over and not leave them alone, which is also fun.
Pick the person that I'm annoying the most right now.
Was this your tactic as a child? You have like this grinchy smile on your face when you say that. There, you try to provoke.
I don't try to annoy people. It just comes naturally.
You just do it.
It's fun.
Is it going back to the movie thing
Mm-hmm.
we were talking about? Isn't there a new like Jesus-y Christmas?
Oh yeah, I
The
saw it. The Journey to Bethlehem.
Journey, yeah.
It's kind of a musical.
Okay,
Yeah.
live action cartoon.
It's live action,
Okay.
and there's some singing in there.
when you say a musical, how musical is it?
It's pretty musical. I
This is
mean,
where
but it's not like over the top. But
I know
it's-
where he's going. Me and Steve agree on this.
Don't like musicals.
We don't like
care for them.
musicals.
But you
I
know, a
love
lot
musicals.
of Christmassy and Disney stuff. You know, I don't know where you draw the line of like.
what's a musical and what's not.
Yeah.
I feel
what's
like that there has to be a plot that's interesting.
So-
a lot of musicals are based around the music and not an actual story.
Well, with this,
Most Disney movies you wouldn't call musicals, even though they all have music in them.
Yeah.
But then there's like things that are clearly musicals.
There's got to be some
well, like
tension.
Beauty and the
Disney, I
Beast
feel
is very
like
a musical.
so.
Yeah.
So like, I think that Lion King is a good example of this.
Oh, love
Some
it.
tension. The father dies. Now they're trying to see, is this little cub going to grow up to take his dad's place, or is this bad guy going to win? You know. So to me, that's what makes a musical that I can like tolerate to watch. Like I can get through the songs if there's something interesting to watch.
One of the
too.
coolest things I've seen though is I got to go see The Lion King the musical, like the actual
Yeah.
Yes.
stage.
Where did you see it?
They came through tour and I saw them when
In Dayton?
no, in St. Louis.
St. Louis.
When
I
was
saw him
there.
at the Dayton, whatever that.
The Schuster Center. Is that
Yeah,
is that
yeah.
good?
Oh, it's the best.
It's
Like
the
it's
coolest,
really.
it's the coolest musical because like the costumes are amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, and there you should take your kids to see it. Like seriously, it's amazing, amazing.
I saw Joseph one time and I liked that.
Did you?
Yeah, because I understand the story. So
The worst one I've
And
ever
actually
seen is
it's
Cats.
accurate.
I don't know why people like cats.
I don't get it either.
Well, because they're just terrible animals too. I mean,
Why
like,
this-
the-
why
I don't know why
the
people like
cat-
cats in general.
they look creepy.
cats.
The people dressed up like cats look very creepy.
It's very creepy
Very
when humans
creepy.
dress up and act like cats. That's like, well, they tried to do the Cats movie and it was a horrible flop because it was.
I watched like a few minutes of it when it came on Netflix. I was like, "What is so bad about this movie?" It's pretty. It's not the most horrible
don't
thing I've
like
ever
it.
seen.
I
But
don't like seeing
What about
bad.
when they turn like a musical that was like classical into like hip hop version?
Yeah.
Do you like those?
No.
I don't know. Hamilton kind of changed like my
Well, that
my
one was
taste a little
wasn't
bit.
it? Was there a Hamilton
No,
before
no,
Hamilton?
Hamilton is
Hamilton was
Hamilton
like
is amazing.
Is
Yeah.
Hamilton more of like that genre of music too?
I don't know. I've listened to it so many times now.
I don't know. I didn't think that.
But
it was,
like my mom can't deal. Like if I start playing it like on Disney, it gets on Disney. My mom's got to exit. Like she gets too rappy for her, and my husband's like, I don't like
Too
rap.
rappy.
And I'm like, but it's so artfully done. Like it's an impressive piece of.
I like
Theater.
I like history enough that like it was enjoyable to like watch because like when they would make references, I knew what they were like talking about and stuff. But like musicals in general aren't my cup of tea, and so when people are creative in musicals, it like cool. It doesn't do anything for me, I'm like it's still a musical.
I absolutely love it because it's so artful. You got this. You're telling the story. You're telling history. You're doing it artfully, and with this, I just think it's amazing. Like it's so well done.
I'll join you.
Hey, how about that? High five,
for what?
Hamilton.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go.
I want to go.
I more enjoyed listening to the soundtrack on Spotify than I did watching it. So I don't know what that says about the.
I think I bought the album first before I ever saw it because it came out on Disney during COVID. Came out free, and I was like in 5 minutes. It's
See,
so good.
I've never seen it because I already know that it's going to annoy me.
No,
I
it's
just don't
really
like my thing
good.
with musicals is always like, just do it. You don't have to sing about it. Like, just do it. And so like when they're like, hey, let's clean this
Wow.
room, and they'll
You
pick
don't
up
have to
brooms and
sing
start
about
cleaning.
it.
I'm like, just clean the room, man. Like,
Do you like Disney movies though? Because there's so much singing in.
I mean, not like
That
like
Encanto?
what? Like
Encanto.
Encanto.
yeah, like
Encanto.
watching those movies with my kids, but I'm not gonna like watch them by myself. It's like
I
I
don't
do.
get why people love Frozen. That is.
I love Frozen.
I don't.
Frozen too.
I cannot stand Frozen. It drives me crazy.
The good singing in there. That's
Yeah.
fantastic singing.
I don't like Frozen either.
Yeah, I think we're having boy girl.
Well, my my
issues
problem
here.
with Frozen is the first time I saw it, I was on a bus with a choir trying to sleep, and everybody started singing the whole movie the whole time. So I think I just got off on a wrong foot with it. But yeah,
Why do you love Frozen?
Frozen 2 is
Frozen
actually my
is
favorite.
Frozen a Christmas movie?
no.
Not really. It doesn't have much.
It's
to do
always
with
gets
winter
incorporated with like Christmas stuff though.
that's
Okay,
I was
so
just
I have a
thinking.
debate. I have a debate.
That's like Harry Potter too. Like the first one, I've noticed that people throw that in around Christmas time because there's a Christmas scene
That doesn't
in
make
that
it a
movie.
Christmas movie. It's just a piece of
I know.
context.
But I'm just saying, like
The
it's just one of
Office
those.
Christmas episodes.
And
Come on,
by
people.
watched one
by
last
that logic,
night.
I would
Classy
say
Santa.
that the Chronicles of
Classy Christmas.
Narnia is a Christmas movie because that is actually central part of the story was Father Christmas giving out the gifts. Like that's how they beat the bad guys. Was he gave them these? Awesome
I'm
gifts,
telling you,
so.
if there's snow in the movie, we're ready to go. It's Christmas movie.
Christmas. All the people down south say why.
Well, not well. You know, people down south are fascinated by snow. They go, "Did you get any snow this year?" And I'm like,
It's
We
magical.
sure did.
It is
looked
magical.
It looked great after about 6 weeks on the ground. Okay, I have a question about The Sound of Music.
Not a Christmas movie.
Disclaimer: I love
Not a
Julie.
Christmas-
I love Julie Andrews so much, and I absolutely love The Sound
Well,
of Music, and I love Mary Poppins.
It's a true
But I don't
story. It's based on a true story,
Yeah,
too.
I nerded out. I've researched this.
The
week.
Von
Cool.
Trapps.
But why do people think it's a Christmas movie?
I don't know why they. I think it started because the
Alps.
song.
Because of snow?
No, I think it started with the song about gifts. You know,
How do you solve a problem like Maria?
did you sing that a lot?
That's a good one.
They,
Maria songs.
So I think people made that song a Christmas song, even though it's not a Christmas song. And then they're like, oh, but because this is a Christmas song, therefore we have to make this whole movie a Christmas movie. But Christmas has nothing to do with that film. That film's more close to a war movie than.
Did his wife die? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
So he had this nun come to be the nanny, and then they fall in love.
She's a novice. She's not a nun
No,
yet.
sorry, not a
she
real
didn't
nun.
like D-nun to marry him or
yeah,
anything.
yeah.
Yeah.
But she was,
Because that
Saying all
was
the time.
what the real person did. Was she was originally?
She really was, yeah.
Okay, because I'm
Yeah.
like, why do they need to add that into this story? Because it's kind of like because she's kind of like reserved, but she's having fun, so she's a very relatable character.
I guess. I mean, she's also a little bit of a rebel,
she's
Maria
A
is.
rebel, and yeah,
Yeah.
Well, and he was-
I think that's
See,
why people like her
it's
so
the
much. in that
classic.
movie.
She was much more of a free spirit, and he was very. I mean, the opening scene with the family, he's whistling,
With the
and the kids
whistle,
are
yeah.
doing the military.
They wear uniforms.
So they're just contrasting their personalities, and
Yeah.
that's
I can
cool.
probably recite like 90% of that movie. I love it.
It's-
I watched it like a week
It's
ago.
it's back when movies were made well, and you had to have an intermission in the movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how you know it's a good movie. It had an intermission.
Okay, so I
That
think
Pollyanna.
we're probably coming to an end here, right? We're gonna
Oh, yeah.
close
Are we
things
on
down.
the
So
podcast?
here we need to say, have you actually looked up what got rated the best
Best. How are
Christmas
you-
movie of all time
how are
by
you
ratings?
rating?
Matt's
That's
Matt's
you.
gonna look it up.
Wait.
So let's
what do you mean
guess.
by best?
Well, so the highest
critic
rated,
rating,
Rated?
critically acclaimed, right? Well,
What?
Matt might be able to give us the criteria,
It might
but I
be
think
Home
we should
Alone.
all guess on what it is, and that's how we ended out today.
I think people are going to go with like the classic Miracle on 34th Street.
Okay,
Or
that's
something
your.
like that. I don't think
Is-
that movie's great, but
What about White Christmas?
I
Is
said
that one
White
been
White
erased?
Christmas is the best.
White
Has it been er- I
Christmas
thought that
is
people
like
have like said that that's not a good
I'm going with
objectively
White
one of the
Christmas.
best
You are?
Yeah.
Christmas movies.
I don't think I've
But
ever seen it. That
Oh, it's
seems
great.
like
You
a
should
musical
watch
to
it.
me.
It is.
It
It
is.
is musical.
That's why I don't like it then.
And there's
That's why I
dancing.
don't like it.
I would
Saying,
say-
okay, now you
Dancing
got
and-
it's even worse.
I would just say it's
White
the
Christmas?
Most popular is
I'm
Home
gonna go White
Alone,
Christmas.
just because it made the most money. So I think
Which
that's
one?
Home Alone made the most Christmas
Okay.
money. So
what's
money,
what's
but-
our criteria, Matt? Do you have any criteria for us?
I'm figuring that out because
Is it like on IMDb or something like that? So we
I
just say
found-
critically acclaimed.
so I found a
Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten
So
Tomatoes.
that does both.
What
right?
did they say is number one?
but this one it's got movies that I know you guys would never guess.
Okay.
As
So
like
which
the
one are you
top-
going to go
what
with?
do they
then?
say?
That's like the number one rated
Yeah.
is actually a Judy
Garland.
Garland.
Yeah.
Boo.
Meet Me in St. Louis. It's got a
I did.
John's favorite movie.
percent.
St. Louis.
But they weren't in St. Louis yet. So the movie maybe just ended in St. Louis. We don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
I'll meet you in St. Louis sometime.
And,
do
and
it.
then,
that place.
Like,
Let's
number
go.
2 was the shop around the corner.
So
What?
this is what we're learning.
Okay,
This-
so
this is the truth.
what list are we going off of?
I don't know yet.
So, okay,
I gotta
he's still
find
working.
one.
Here's what I'm going to say.
I'll help you.
It doesn't matter what a list says is the best Christmas movie.
Yes, it does.
Best, no, because the best
people to
Christmas
tell
movie
me.
is whatever
I need affirmation in
you
everything
need
in my
to
life.
watch every year. The movie that makes you feel like gets you in the right mood for Christmas. That's going to be the best Christmas movie. If it's Die Hard,
But there
it's
has
Die
to be
Hard.
some type of standard where we say this is the
Well, okay,
this is one of
but
the best.
best.
But best
about
is
TV
not a
Guide?
standard. There's no way to say best. There's no
realize
objective
that.
metric. We can say what.
But
what
we're
one
a
earned the most
country that
money.
loves to know what the best thing is.
But that's the thing. That's why it's
Like, it
wonderful.
makes us
we
feel
care
good.
what other people say and think here.
Don't worry
Deal
what
with
other people think is the
superlatives.
best. What
I
do you
agree
think
with
is the
you,
best?
John. But this is just for fun.
Ooh.
It's not fun.
Die Hard's on this
These are
list.
dumb movies he's reading.
Okay, what?
Okay, how about this one? The highest
Grossing.
See, I think that's a great.
Oh, that's
No,
metric.
I don't.
Die
I don't
Hard.
like
It's
that.
either gonna
I
be
don't
The
like-
Grinch or
but
Home
I don't
Alone.
like that. Is it adjusted for inflation?
It's
Because that's very subjective.
but it's over the lifetime
versus
too.
versus.
Poor Matt.
That's over
It's-
lifetime.
So,
But it's versus when the height of movie theater and that culture was popular.
it's either The Grinch or Home Alone. Those will be the highest earning. There's no question. Okay.
Well, let's just
Say
go,
yes
let's
or
go
no
with
to
this.
that. Is it
We'll
Grinch
just
or
go with
Home
this
Alone?
criteria,
Yeah.
and we will just acknowledge that it's not the best movie ever.
Yeah.
We'll
All right,
go
Matt,
with
what
that
you got?
criteria.
We're
I
just
like
going
that.
Highest
Grossing. I like this, so we'll go with it.
Just because
It's a piece of the pie, but not the whole story.
Concrete one that I can find.
Okay, that works.
Who's going first?
John,
It's either Grinch or Home Alone.
Got to pick one.
pick one.
Where'd you get the list from?
Wow.
The internet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say The Grinch.
I'll go next. I'm thinking kid movie because more kids go to movie theaters. I'm going to say The Polar Express.
Okay. Is this just one single movie too? It's not a series. Okay.
It is one single.
Oh, it's one single movie.
I'm gonna go Home Alone.
Okay.
I was going to say Home Alone
Oh,
too.
it probably is.
Now Home Alone also, not Home Alone 2.
The Grinch.
No.
2000.
Why is-
Okay,
oh my
wait,
God.
wait, Harry.
This is kind of a cheat because I did Christmas trivia at our Christmas party on Sunday, and that's why I asked where he got the list from because they all went back and forth: Home Alone, The Grinch, Home Alone, The Grinch, depending on which one I looked at.
Okay.
So
Yep.
Prior
I kind of knew.
knowledge.
I kind of knew.
Okay.
Home Alone was what is number 2.
Okay. So the Grinch, they're remaking it like his childhood story. It's
But-
coming out at some point.
Hope they don't ruin it.
There's a
Is Jim
chance.
Carrey going to be in it?
third
I know.
one.
What is
Fucking
it?
Child.
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Okay.
From
I could be
2007.
I could be
Wow.
into that. I could
That's
be
a
into
good movie.
it. Hey, growing up, I listened. Do you ever listen to like the Chipmunks sing songs?
yeah.
Yeah.
Ezra's
They had a
been
Christmas
obsessed with
version
them
of that.
recently.
It was
My
very
boys
popular.
loved that when they were big kids.
Yeah.
Oh, the specific Grinch. Version is the 2018
What?
version.
Which
made the
version
most
is
money?
That's
DreamWorks?
not
Which
Jim
version
Carrey.
is that?
It's
DreamWorks.
the animated DreamWorks one.
Yeah.
Huh.
At
My
never
kids
seen it.
prefer that one because they find the real people one kind of scary.
I love the Jim Carrey one.
Jim
though.
Carrey
too.
is
The
scary.
Jim Carrey one's
Just because of Jim
amazing.
Carrey. Only.
is the
It is weird
only
fingers.
Christmas
Yeah.
film to gross over 500 a million.
See,
Wow.
that's your inflation thing right there because that was a kid movie that came out not too long ago that everyone that Christmas went and
So
saw.
we can
Yeah.
objectively
That
say
was
though,
the height of like
They didn't
movie
put Die
and
Hard
movie
on that
tickets
list.
were like
They didn't
20
put
bucks a
what?
They didn't
piece.
put Die Hard on that list.
Really? Yeah, I did
So,
miss it.
I-
No Die Hard on there, Matt?
I don't believe Die Hard's on any of those
Don't
Christmas
see
lists.
it.
Is the
So-
Polar Express on there?
I mean, you do have.
What time is this? Feels like a really long
yeah.
podcast.
Okay. So let's. Yeah.
Focus.
So Die Hard only
10:30.
grossed
No.
81.
Yeah, it is 10:30.
Only grossed 81 million.
I mean, that was like in the 80s, though, right?
So it's going to be nowhere near like top 30.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. I hope you learned a little something about Christmas and had a little fun today. And
I had
don't forget Christmas services 5 and
No.
4
4 o'clock
and
and
5:30. 4 and 5:30.
Christmas Eve, 4
Christmas
and
Eve.
5:30.
No
Yes.
morning.
No morning service.
Nothing morning. Sleep in. Well, thanks for joining us, everyone, and we hope you have a wonderful Christmas.